Did you know that extracurricular activity will help you become a better researcher? Did you also know that around 30% of your extracurricular activity is going to help you in shortlisting your CV? Well, yes. And today we are going to see that very particular thing. We are going to see how do extracurricular activities make you a better researcher. I am Dr. Vaishali, academic specialist at Biotecnika, and come let's explore the topic together. Now, first, what we're going to see is why is extracurricular activities necessary, right? So first is it's going to help you to think outside the box, to break the routine and think outside the box. It's going to make you competitive. It's also going to make you look at things with a broader perspective, with a wider angle. And that in turn is going to make you innovative at your research work as well. Apart from that, it's going to be a big knowledge booster because you're going to do stuff of scientific work itself, but on other things, right? So apart from what you're doing in your research, like outside the lab. So yes, it's going to be a knowledge booster, which in turn is going to give you a comprehensive grip about your subject that you are going to be researching, right? And finally, it's also going to help in your CV or your application, because these extracurricular activities, as we saw earlier as well, is going to be a part of your evaluation process in many of the jobs and research institutes that you're going to apply. Now, the first activity that we're going to talk about is blogging or technical writing, we can call it. So what is it? It is basically going to help you in getting the writing experience, right? So you're going to write about scientific procedures or scientific methodologies, or what is happening currently. So all of these things are what you'll be covering if you're going for a technical blogging kind of a activity. So why is this writing experience necessary as a researcher? Obviously, as a researcher, you will have to write a lot of manuscripts, scientific papers, or even grants as well as thesis. So you need to develop your writing skills, and blogging, scientific blogging is definitely going to help in improving your writing. Apart from that, for you to blog, you're also going to search a lot of literature, a lot of materials online and offline as well. So your search quality is going to improve, which in turn will help in your research as well. Thirdly, the knowledge that you gain because of searching such wide variety of information, right? So your knowledge is also going to improve, as well as you can pursue blogging as a freelancing activity as well, where you can earn for whatever work that you do. So that is also another opportunity that you get if you start doing technical blogging. The next activity that we're going to talk about is volunteering. Volunteering, especially in the scientific community, right? So how is it going to help? One is you're going to really network with a lot of people, with a lot of like-minded people, because in a scientific community, the people there are going to be scientific-oriented people. So yes, you're going to meet a lot of like-minded people, and you're also going to be working with them. Volunteering means working with them. So yes, you're going to learn how to handle teamwork, how to do teamwork. Apart from that, you will also be exposed to other research problems, like in such a scientific community. So people keep discussing, and you will be exposed also to a lot of these such ideas. So yes, you can come across many more research problems which you can integrate in your research as well, right? The next is you're going to obviously have a broader perspective, because you're going to see a lot more problems that people are working on. You can see what are these problems, how are they working on, how are they solving it, and such things, right? So it's going to give you a broader perspective about the research field itself. Thirdly, we are going to talk about the activity called mentoring, right? Mentoring here is the mentoring the students, that is one-to-one mentoring is what I'm talking about. You basically select a student and then you start mentoring their career or their life, or say there's scientific research kind of a problem. So such things you can do with students. So in these things, it's going to be a teach as well as learn. You're going to both share your knowledge as well as learn from the other person, right? So it's basically going to be a very integrative approach. It's going to be not just one way. It's going to be both ways, learn and take, right? It's also going to teach you leadership skills because you're going to mentor somebody. You are the leader, so it's going to help you gain your leadership skills. And you're also going to get a sense of fulfillment. Like, for example, you have transferred your skills or your knowledge to another person. That's going to give a fulfillment to yourself, right? So that is how mentoring somebody is going to definitely help you in your research career. Next activity that I'm going to talk about is the journal clubs. Now, what are these clubs? So these clubs are the meeting of, a scientific community, scientific people who are working on different projects, right? So in these clubs, one person would come up with the recent trend in their research problem that they're seeing. So other people's papers, and they would be presenting it. And in the end, there would be a discussion about this particular research problem. So that is how journal clubs happen. It's nothing but a meeting of scientific people. So there you will learn how to do literature review, because to go and present one problem or one paper, right, you will have to also research a lot in the background about what that paper was, what are the methods that was being used, and how did they come up with such a result, etc. So yes, literature review, you will learn how to do literature review from journal clubs. Secondly, you will be meeting peers from diverse groups. So these are none other than your own colleagues, your own peers, who will be working in different, diverse research problems, right? So in such case, you will be engaging with, good discussions or even arguments for that sake, because only when, it leads to argument are you going to learn something out of it. So yes, discussions and scientific arguments would happen in such clubs, and that will be very, useful as well. So it keeps you updated, because the papers that is being presented in journal club would be the recent papers, recent trend in one particular subject. So yes, it keeps you updated, and you can also see what other people are doing, and you can imbibe that in your research work as well. So that is how exposing yourself to other research people or other research problems is going to help in your own problem solving skills. Now, the next activity we are going to talk about is attending presentations, right? So you just don't sit in your lab and you just be with your work and then nothing else. No, it's not how it works. You have to be attending other people's presentations as well. Like, for example, there'll be a lot of meetings that happens for research scholars, right? They would have their colloquium or their final defense viva, etc. So it's very important for you to attend other research problems. You can see what type of questions are being asked, how have they solved such research problem, etc. So it gives you a clarity on your own research as well. You can also attend a few seminars, that is the talks given by experts, or even technical talks that's given by experts, which has been conducted by your college or university. Yes, do go and attend those talks, even if the talk is not directly related to your research. Even if you find it little interesting, go ahead and attend, because attending such talks will give you more ideas, right, which you can laterally apply in your research as well. This is also a good way to network with people, because these experts are somebody that you can take help from. So yes, it also helps in networking and of course in collaboration activity. So all like-minded people are going to come and attend those seminars or those presentations, right? So you can always talk to them, network with them, and see any potential collaboration that is possible. So the next activity that we'll be talking about is the scientific clubs, right? So we talked about research clubs. Now, what is the scientific club? So these are the clubs that is being organized by your college, or it could be any online clubs also. Say, for example, like simple, like your particular department's placement or placement club, or say the club that always tries to have expert people come and talk. So clubs like that. So that is going to help you in having scientific discussion with your peers again, or with like-minded people, with professors, students. So all of these would be a community in these clubs also. So you can have such discussions with them. Apart from this, it's also going to help in networking, as well as you're going to learn teamwork, because you have to be collaborating, you have to be working with a lot of people in these clubs. So you won't be independent. You will also learn how to work with a team, which is a very important skill set when it comes to research. The next activity that we're going to talk about is pursuing your hobbies. Your hobbies, it could be anything. It could be sports, it could be music, art, painting, anything of that sort. So yes, if you have such hobbies and you find a few breaks in between your research, then do go ahead and pursue these hobbies, because these hobbies are a great stress reliever, right? It's one of the way that you can manage your stress. Secondly, in all of these hobbies, right, you're going to be highly competitive. Like for example, you go and play sports, right? You're going to play with other people, or even if it's an individual sport, you're going to be highly competitive. So such skills are also going to be developed when you pursue your hobbies. Thirdly, it's going to be a break from your normal routine that you do. And yes, once you take such breaks, you're going to come back very refreshed. So yes, hobbies are something that you can pursue when you are taking breaks from your lab. The eighth activity that we're going to talk about is manuscript reviewing, right? Say, for example, you have, so it is nothing but you're looking at other people's research papers before it's getting published, and you're reviewing it for them, right? So it could be a journals. So a journal has formally asked you to review such manuscripts, or it could be an informal way where your peer, came to you and then said, hey, can you please look at this? I mean, I need a second opinion from somebody. So it could be that as well. So do go ahead and help them in reviewing these manuscripts, because it's going to give you an idea as well as to, it's nothing but reading a research paper in a different way, right? So one, it's going to help your peers, and second, it's also going to make you see a research problem in a different way. And by reviewing these manuscripts, you're also going to look at what are the mistakes that's being made, or what are the good things that has been added by this particular person. So you can avoid those mistakes in your research as well, or you can learn from them, and then you can include those good things in your manuscript. Right? The ninth that we're going to talk about is teaching, right? So we talked about mentorship. Mentorship, it's nothing but mostly one-to-one, but teaching is where you as a person going to teach a larger group of people. So if at all you don't have an opportunity to teach as a teaching associateship in your university when you're researching, maybe you can talk to your supervisor as well, and then take 1 or 2 classes of them. Because yes, teaching to students is again going to be great fulfillment for yourself. And apart from that, it's also going to make you learn a lot. See, for teaching, you have to first learn what it is in detail, especially. So yes, it's going to get you into details about that particular subject. So yes, that's how it's going to help. And one more is that you're also going to learn from the students. It's not a one way. Even teaching is going to be interactive. You're going to learn a lot from the students as well. So it could be either theory or lab teaching. So both ways, you are going to get beneficial, as well as you're going to pass on your knowledge and skills to the students as well. The last activity that we're going to talk about is organizing, event management, like organizing scientific events that happens in your college or university. So what are you going to learn in that? You're going to learn about organizing skills, right? So these organizing skills are also very important for you as a researcher. You basically generate a lot of data, and it's very important for you to keep them organized, or else it'll be haphazard. It'll, there'll be one thing one in one place and another in another place, right? And you cannot get everything together when you need it. You might happen to miss out on a few things also. So that is when organizing skills are very important for you as a researcher. And event management is something that helps you get this particular organizing skills. Apart from that, it's obviously going to help you in teamwork, because you're going to work with a lot of people for managing such events. And it's going to help you network as well, because it's going to be scientific events that you would be organizing. So obviously you will talk to a lot of people, you will meet a lot of people, a lot of experts or your own peers itself. So yes, it's going to help you networking and collaborating. It also helps you in your social and your life skill, right? So you'll be as I said, you'll be talking to a lot of people. So yes, your social skill is something that is going to really build up, which is also important for you as a researcher, because maybe during your research it might not help, but once you finish your research and then you go out there into the market, into the employment phase, right, then yes, social skill is something that you need to pick up for you to become a better researcher there as well. So yes, with this, we come to the end of this particular discussion. I'm sure this was super helpful for all of you out there who want to become a better researcher in your field. Thank you so much for being here. See you all until next video. Bye.